Not all snakes lay their eggs. In some species, the female retains them within her body until they're ready to hatch. Home to one of the largest of live-bearing snakes, the anaconda. This is a female, and she's heavily pregnant. But she won't give birth here and now. There are caiman around. At last, she finds the quiet pool that she needs. And her contractions start. The first of her babies has arrived. Up it goes to the surface to take its first breath of air. But there are more babies to come. Eventually, she produces 15. In fact, that's quite modest for an anaconda. They can produce up to 40. Right from the beginning of their lives, they're totally independent and get no care or protection from their mother. The anaconda spends so much of its time in water and is such a powerful swimmer that it can be properly considered aquatic. Snakes have become adapted to almost every environment, including even the sea, as this one has. It doesn't often bite, but it does have an extremely powerful venom, so I'm not going to handle it, but I will help it a little with this stick. As you can see, it has a very flattened paddle at the end of its tail, but on land it's pretty helpless. However, if I assist it in getting into the sea, and now it's in its element. Sea snakes have had to modify many of the features that enabled their far distant ancestors to colonize the land. They still have a lung with which to breathe air, like other snakes, but they can also absorb oxygen from the seawater through their skin. Salt inevitably gets into a sea snake's body, but the snake manages to get rid of that by excreting it from a gland under its tongue. It also needs to drink fresh water, so in calm seas it waits at the surface for rain. Sea snakes really are truly marine creatures. They can live out here in the open ocean, and the only clue you have to their link with the land is that they have to come up every quarter of an hour or so for a gulp of air. Most sea snakes, like this barbellid species, hunt fish. They have one of the most lethal venoms known, which kills almost instantaneously. And that is a very important quality if you hunt fast-swimming, ocean-going prey. But paradoxically, the most highly specialized sea snake of all has abandoned venom altogether. It has a beak like a turtle, and a wholly different way of feeding. reef fish don't like to have it around. They mob it. It doesn't even retaliate. It's not interested in them. It's after their eggs. These, the fish, have stuck to the stony branches of the coral. The snake's hardened, turtle-like top lip enables it to scrape them off. It's such a slow-moving browser that algae and other small organisms grow on its skin, as they do on the bottom of a boat. The loss of limbs could seem to be a handicap, and certainly makes the snakes seem alien creatures to us. But it is that very loss that has enabled the snakes to colonize every environment, from below the ground to above the ground, from bushes to trees to the air and even to the sea. And it is that absence of limbs too which has enabled them to do it with such elegance and grace. Filming venomous snakes presented a lot of special problems to the Life in Cold Blood team, but the toughest was trying to film a rattlesnake hunting in the wild. A rattlesnake making a kill has rarely even been seen and never before filmed, and for several reasons. For one thing, rattlesnakes are so well camouflaged they're very difficult to find. We enlisted the help of snake expert Harry Green and his team. They've been studying a group of timber rattlesnakes using radio telemetry, which enables them to find their rattlesnakes at any time of day or night.